Hello guys, welcome back. This is Omnicraft's Tekkit server. I'm your host Randoms, and today we have a lot to do. So I guess we'll start off by looking at our newly designed top room of our base. I don't know, it's definitely cleaner than before and better looking, but it's still not the greatest. So this may or may not be final, I don't know. It'd be great if all these like covers, actually blended into one texture like these all did. But they don't. So yeah, I don't really know. But it is definitely cleaner than it was before. So we're gonna reorganize the storage over here. This is just kind of my overflow and junk storage. All of our machines on this side, and then we're going to be putting all of our Galacticraft machines over here. So one of the things I noticed when I was actually moving all these chests from here to here was that we need more storage. So in Tekkit Lite you have the pouches, in Tekkit you have backpacks. So you start out by putting... Actually, I think I need another leather. You start out by using leather along with string to make bound leather. Then you take that bound leather, if you actually get it out of your table, and then you cook it. And what that gives you is tanned leather. And you take your tanned leather, and you take 8 of them, and whatever color that you want to go with them, and you just essentially make a chest or a furnace outline with it. And bam, we have a big backpack, which I'm actually not even sure how to use. So that's one thing that we will have to figure out. But at least we'll have it eventually. So we'll just stick... maybe not. This is our drops box. This is our natural box. Our stone... I guess I should really just call them chests, not boxes, but whatever. Our stone-based, our ores, bars, dust, all that stuff, and crystalline slash machine slash whatever. So I'm calling all these redstones, emeralds, diamonds, lapis, I'll call that all like crystalline stuff, and have all of our machine related stuff in here as well. So let's just put this in here for now. And get on to the next item of business. Do we want to start on Galacticraft or get our lava situated first? I think we'll go ahead and build up some Galacticraft. So to get started in Galacticraft, the very first thing that you need is a circuit fabricator. So for that, you need to... Well, first I will have to actually cook up some aluminum wire. So if you play Tekkit Lite or other mods where you have the copper wire with the copper bars in the middle and rubber on top and bottom, it's the same design except you're using aluminum and wool for some reason to make aluminum wire. And we don't need to make more, I don't think. We'll find out later. So to make the circuit fabricator, you need 2 aluminum wires, 1 redstone torch, 2 buttons, 2 aluminum ingots, a lever, and a furnace. So let's see if I can actually remember most of this off the top of my head. Wire. And... 2 more things. 2 more things. The aluminum. See? Almost got it. Got our circuit fabricator here. and you'll use your circuit fabricator to make wafers, basic wafers to start out with. So let's just go ahead and pop this sucker down over here, and you see it kind of has this setup. So I'm actually going to go get the mats I need. To make a basic circuit, or a basic wafer, you need 1 diamond, 1 redstone, 1 redstone torch, and 2 raw silicon. So you put your silicon here, your redstone here, your redstone torch here, and the diamond here. And this should give us 3 basic wafers. We use that basic wafer in order to make a compressor. Now, for the life of me, I cannot figure out why you have something that requires power in order to even make the compressor, and yet you have to take a technological step backwards when using the compressor, and that the initial version that you have is like coal or fuel based, and then you can later on upgrade to an electric compressor, but you have to use the original compressor first because the electric compressor, as I can show you, actually requires compressed items. So I don't really get the purpose of that, but to make a compressor you need 6 aluminum ingots, 1 copper ingot, 1 anvil, and 1 basic wafer, which is why we had to make the fabricator first. Now we're going to come back over here, get our anvil on top, get our aluminum set up, our basic wafer on bottom, and I have gone and forgotten that last ingredient. Again, a copper. Okay. And here we go. We have our compressor. So, yes, I did grab it. So, I mean, I'll hook it up here, but I'm pretty sure... Yeah, you see, you have to go backwards. It's kind of dumb. But, anyways, I have gone and forgotten my... Oh, come on. Lag. Actually, I needed all 6 of those. What am I doing? What am I doing? And I will also need the aluminum. Actually, will I? Will I? I don't know. I think this is all I need for now. Anyways, sorry to kind of mumble. Just doing some work in my head. So, what we're going to be using the compressor for is to make compressed iron. So you just take 2 of whatever you want to compress, put them in the compressor, and it will... Oh, bother, I keep forgetting to turn chat off. And it will compress them very slowly. So here we will end up with 3 compressed iron. And we will use this iron to make our rocket launch pads. To make those, you need 3 compressed iron, 3 iron blocks, and that will give you 9 launch pad pieces. And that's actually the exact amount you need to make a essentially multi-block launch pad. So, I'll just leave that stuff there for now. Let's open up our garage door and head over to the work site. So like I said a couple episodes ago, we're going to make this our little rocket silo. Okay, we just need to find the middle here. There we go. And you see how that changed into a multi-block thing when you put all 9 of them down into a 3x3 square like that. You have to put them like that. Now we'll actually raise this up 1 block in the middle. So like I said before, we will be launching off of level 61 in reference to the first humans orbiting the Earth. Because why not? So now that that's finished, we're going to go take care of our lava problem, hopefully once and for all. Because as I can show you down here, we have absolutely no lava at all. So this hardened energy cell is just going off of what it has to go with now. And we have our Tesseract that will receive fluid only and have just that down here to supply the all the engines, and we will actually upgrade this to a redstone energy cell, just because one of these sets is enough to power this in terms of its max input. Each of these are 5 magnetic dynamos, which will output 400 redstone flux a tick, which is all this can hold. So currently this second set is kind of redundant, and it's not going to get used. So we're going to make this a redstone energy cell so we can actually use that. But first we're going to have to go get some lava from the nether. So in order to do this, we are going to make ourselves a Endo-Thermic pump. You want to start out by taking a ender pearl and 4 obsidian around that. And that will give you infused obsidian. You take this, put it in the corners. You take an eye of ender. You take a water bucket on one side, a lava bucket on the other, a diamond on top, and a iron pickaxe on bottom. You'll get an Endo-Thermic pump. Now this will only work in the nether. It will not work in the overworld. But it actually causes a lot less lag than a normal pump from like Buildcraft. So it's a lot better when you're on a server like this, and a lot nicer to your neighbors. And this, in theory, should act as its own chunk loader, but I have seen a lot of essentially references to it not working like that if the dimension isn't loaded itself. So I'm just gonna make a chunk loader from chicken chunks, just to make sure. It may not need it, but I definitely want this working all the time. So the way you do that is you start out with a enchanting table, like so, and take your enchanting table, you put it in the bottom middle, you surround it with gold ingots, and you put an ender pearl in the top middle, and you get a chunk loader. So between these and my redstone energy conduits and this here tesseract, I should be able to pump lava up, keep it loaded, power the pump, and transport the lava from the pump to my tesseract here in the overworld. So let's get this put down. Like I said, in theory everything should work fine. I should probably get out of the project bench. But a lot of things tend to happen when you make assumptions on theory, and it just doesn't work in reality. So we'll just make sure this is all legit. We'll probably end off the episode there. Sorry about making these like huge 30-minute episodes. I really have been trying to get it down shorter, but I just end up with so much to do. And so you can see we moved our nether portal up about 30 blocks. There was a little incident with our neighbor's nether portal, and I kind of mistakenly blamed them for screwing up my portal. the way it worked was my overworld portal was linked to their nether portal, but my nether portal was still linked to my overworld portal. And the reason that that happened was because I was an idiot and I divided my y coordinate by 8 in addition to the x and z. And so that's not what you want to do. You want to leave your y coordinate the same. And so that was my fault. That was my bad. And blaming them for it. But I ended up getting everything fixed. I did apologize to them, or at least one of them that was on at the time. So, you know, that's one thing. If you mess up, be the first person to admit that you messed up. You know, don't leave it on others, and don't, like, just kind of blow it off and be like, oh, well, you know, it's your fault anyways. Like, nobody's gonna like you when you do that. And then you just get things done more, or get more things done if you actually own up to your mistakes. But anyways, so here you can see my quite descriptive put pump here waypoint. I wonder what I should do. So we just put our Endo-Thermic pump here. It has to be on the level of the lake, but it does not have to be directly over one of the blocks, which does make it a little easier than a Buildcraft pump. So we're just going to put our Tesseract straight on top of it. We have to set up our Tesseract, put it on owner only, put it on the lava setting, and then we also need to change the configuration. So let me see. Actually, we might need to, because it will need to receive power as well. Okay. So, yeah, I'll leave it on lava for now, and I'll have to actually change the one in the reactor. But, so we want it to have items blocked, we want it to send fluid only, and we want it to receive energy only. So you put our chunk loader here, right? Let me see, F3. Okay, so we are still in the same chunk here, that's good. 0. Oh wait, 4. Okay, so yeah, this should all be in the same chunk. Probably should have checked that before. So we're going to hook up the conduits. This uses a different form of energy besides redstone flux, but the conduits will automatically change over at whatever appropriate conversion rate. Same thing with the Galacticraft items, or machines. So that's really handy. What am I? I'm looking for waypoints. And we will remove. Wait. Okay, there we go. No waypoints needed anymore. So now we're just going to go back home and turn everything on. And you know what? I will go ahead, stop right here, cut out when we actually get back home. Okay guys, we're back here, back home. So we do need to check, I want to say this is on lava setting. It is. So we will actually have to change the reactor from quarry to lava, and I'll probably just delete quarry. There's really no point, I guess, in having multiple things or multiple settings like this. So we'll change it over to lava. We will delete quarry. Okay. And so it will now be sending energy out. So do we need to change our Galacticraft Tesseract as well? That is the question. There we go, and let's just make sure that we are getting lava, and we are. There's a fluid duct that you can't really see under here, underneath the Tesseract, so that fluid duct is going to both sets of magmatic dynamos, and so now we are finally good to go forever on lava power for the base. I mean, like I said in the first or second episode, somewhere in there, we're living inside of a volcano. I want to run our volcano base off of lava. It's just the thing to do. The Galacticraft stuff, I mean, okay, seriously, you can't build spaceships on anything besides nuclear power. I mean, you can, but why? Why would you? Just go have your sets. Your volcano, lava, space, nuclear power. I mean, technically, when you think about it, stars themselves are nuclear power. It's just nuclear fusion, which is incredibly hard for us to do here on Earth compared to nuclear fission, which takes place in most of our reactors. But nerd out aside, this is where we'll be leaving off for this episode. I don't want it going on forever, even though it probably will have by this point. So we'll start on more Galacticraft stuff next time, and whatever else I can think of. So hope this was at least slightly informative for you guys, and I'll see you next time.